Yo, what it be like? Welcome to the Chi Lounge, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody come on in, join your boy. Listen, we ain't here for another day. We ain't here for another time. We ain't here for another week, baby. Shout outs to everybody that's coming on in the building. I see y'all coming in, showing your boy some love. What up, baby? What's going on? All of my Facebook family, all of my YouTube family, it is what it is. Listen, before we get started, like we always do, man, we give shout outs and credits to the sponsors. Y'all give it up for my man Push. Shout outs to Mo Sound Group Studios. Shout outs to everybody in the building right now that's coming in on Facebook, everybody that's coming in on YouTube, everybody that's coming in on Instagram. Listen, we about to get it on and crack and pop and shake and bake and whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? So listen, today's title is entitlement. Today's topic is entitlement. Everybody feel like they entitled to something. Everybody feel like somebody owe them something. Everybody feel like what's mine is mine, what's yours is mine, and it don't go quite like that. So, we about to get into it. Normally over here at the Chi Lounge, baby, we start the Chi Lounge off starting off with some questions. Giving out some prizes, some prize money. Yeah, excuse me, man. I've been out of commission for the past week and a half. You know what I'm saying? Your boy been having some little physical issues. You know what I'm saying? I messed around and hurt my foot. You know what I'm saying? So I was down for a minute. But I'm back up, baby. I'm back up, and we back in the building. Like I said, shout out to my man Push, Mo Sound Group Studios. Y'all check him out, man. If you need music done, if you need your podcast done, if you need your hair done, listen, whatever you need done, if you need your money done, you know what I'm saying? Come holler at my man Push. He's in the building. Yo, today we going to be talking about entitlement. Now, the first thing that comes to mind for everybody, entitlement. 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 What is entitlement? I'll tell you exactly what entitlement is. Entitlement. Entitlement is the fact of having a right to something and the belief that one is inherently deserving of privileges or special treatment. How many of you guys know somebody who feel like they're entitled? We all know somebody in life that feel like they're entitled. Everybody feel like they're entitled to something. This belongs to me. This should have been mine. Well, listen, man, we're going to break it down because this is what we do over here in the Chi Lounge, baby. We're going to break it down for you. You know what I'm saying? And the first section of entitlement we're going to talk about parent-child entitlement. Parent-child entitlement. I'm going to say it again. Parent-child entitlement. So, when you talk about parent-child entitlement, you're talking about parents who have children, and you have children who feel that because their parents work hard for what they have, and their parents buy nice things, or whatever the case may be, you have children that feel that they're automatically entitled to having the same thing that the parent has or much more. That's not necessarily true. At the end of the day, that parent work, that mother goes to work every single day to provide for you kids. That father goes to work every single day to provide for you kids. And y'all excuse me, but I'm pretty much like Steve Harvey. You ain't got no money. I got the money. I got the money. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not the one working, you don't eat. If I'm not the one working, you ain't got no clothes. If I'm not the one working, your medical bills don't get paid for. So listen, so when you talk about parent-child entitlement, you got a lot of children that feel like because their parents have money or their parents work, that they're entitled to such and such and such and such. Let me tell you something, man. When I was growing up, and, you know, shout outs to my parents. My mom, she worked for lawyers. You know what I mean? My pops, I'm going to keep it 100. My pops was a janitor. You know what I'm saying? My pops was a janitor. You know what I'm saying? He did security. He played many roles. But nevertheless, That man took care of his family. Nevertheless, he took care of his family. It didn't matter if he went to go clean out the gutter, some snow out the gutter. It don't matter if he took out some trash. It don't matter what he did. At the end of the day, that man, he took care of his family. Now, my mom, on the other hand, she worked for lawyers. So anything that I know financially or anything that I know politically, anything that I know industrially, anything that I know judicially, anything I know executively, I learned from my mother. Now, my mom, she made good money. My mom's made good money. I'm not going to discuss her salary, how much money she made, but she made good money. I'll put it to you like this. When I went to work with her, I was eating barbecue every day. I was eating steaks and lobsters every day, and I was only 12 years old. Shout outs to me at the age of 12 years old, living it up, eating steaks and lobsters. So, but nevertheless, to put in retrospect, even though she had a good job, she never held that against my father. You got children that feel like because their parent make good money that they're entitled to all of these Jordans, all of these Nikes, all of these Tommy Hilfigers, all of these True Religions, all of these Jabos, all of this whatever. Listen, as a parent, you want the best for your children. You definitely want the best for your children. I want the best for my children because you never want your kid going to school or going anywhere being made fun of, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? You never want your kid to feel like they being left out of the group. Because kids can be cruel. Your kid go to school. Listen, I know how I feel. I went to school when I was younger, you know what I'm saying? I didn't always have Nikes. I didn't always have Timberlands, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I wore Pro Wings. Let's keep it 100. I wore Pro Wings, you know what I'm saying, when I was a kid. You know why? Because my mom's was sending me to school to get an education. She wasn't sending me to school to look like a fashion statement. So a lot of these kids are lacking education because the only education they know is what kind of clothes I got on, what kind of sneakers I got on, what kind of boots I got on, what kind of hat, what kind of fitted I got on. You know what I'm saying? Education is lacking because of the sense of entitlement. I gotta have these Jordans. I gotta have these Nikes. I gotta have this. Listen, those things are a necessity. They're a necessity in a sense if you can afford it. If you can afford it, why not? Buy it. It's a necessity. You gotta have it. If you cannot afford it, it's no longer a necessity. It's something that you can work hard to get, but it's not a necessity that you need. Okay? Parent-child entitlement. There's a very big difference with children with the sense of entitlement when they have both parents, when they're living in a household with both parents. Oh, I got both. I got mommy, I got daddy. Listen, I'm living it up. We live in a nice house. My daddy got a nice truck. My mama got a nice car. I'm eating good. You know what I mean? The sense of entitlement is different. But that's why it's very important for parents to raise their kids on morals. Raise your kids on morals rather than raise them on materialistic things. Because I can tell you right now, the more you raise your kid on materialistic things, the more they become rebellious. And you might say, well, gee, how does that work? That's not true. Actually, it is. If you constantly giving your kid everything they want, they're not learning the core value of what it is to get what they need. So they're so used to getting everything they want from you that by the time it's time for them to go out into the workforce and go get it for themselves, they can't do it because you already spoiled them. Now, I'm not saying don't spoil your kids. I'm not saying that at all because I spoil you mine. You can spoil your kids. You can spoil your kids, but at the same time, teach your kids the core values of work, of hard work. Teach your kids the core values of what it's like to go out there and get it. Why? Because you're going out there to get it. You see what I'm saying? So there's a very big difference with the parent-child entitlement for kids that come from both parent homes because they feel like either my mama gonna get it or my daddy gonna get it. As opposed to kids that come from separate family homes where daddy's over here, mama's over here, that sense of entitlement is still there because the child feels like he can get it from his daddy, he can get it from his mama. But when each parent is living a different lifestyle, that becomes the problem. So daddy and mommy are not together. But daddy is a millionaire, mama's not. Or mama's a millionaire, but daddy's not. But because mama or daddy is a millionaire, I'm entitled to have that million because I'm your child. It doesn't work like that. You work and you earn your blessings. You're not just given this stuff because you're entitled to it. You work and you earn your blessings. I tell my kids all the time, how many of y'all still put your kids on chores? Go sweep, go mop, go take the trash out. Go do this, go do that. You're teaching your kids the core value of reaping what you sow. You're teaching your kids the core value of work. When you work, you get rewarded. There's nothing wrong with work. And all of these kids are so fascinated. These kids are so fascinated by fast money that fast money is literally taking them out. We have the internet. We have the digital era, which is the internet. You have the streets, which is the drug, the crack game. And these kids are so fascinated by fast money, they lost the core value of hard work. They don't know what it's like to go out there and get it. So when you have children that come from both a two-family household and kids that come from a single family household, the sense of entitlement is very, very different. It's the same, but it's different. It's the same because the child gonna always feel like they're gonna have everything they need. But it's different because when two people are not together, that does not qualify you as a child to be living the same lifestyle that your parent is living. If you're living the same lifestyle that your parent is living, that's because your parent is rewarding you for that lifestyle. It does not mean they necessarily giving it to you because you're their kid. Listen, you're a child. And one thing about kids, let me tell you something. Kids are expensive, but they're not that expensive. It does not take $10 million to raise a kid. It does not take, maybe it takes $1 million. They say the average medium of expenses for children of raising a kid in America is anywhere from $500,000 to $1 million. I can believe that. Between medical expenses, daycare, schooling, uniforms, food throughout your whole life, whatever, that part I can definitely believe. But insane numbers of $20 million, $100 million, all these crazy child support numbers, these kids don't need all that money. Listen, as long as your little ass got some food in your stomach, clothes on your back, a little bit of money in your pocket to where you go to the movies, hang out with your friends, that's pretty much all you need. So, parent-children entitlement. Mommy and daddy got the money, so the kids think they got the money. Kids, it's not your money. That money is mommy and daddy money. That money becomes your money if mommy and daddy sets that money aside for you to inherit when they pass away, or if they just want to be a blessing to you, whatever. Just because your parents or your your guardian or whatever has money, that does not make their money your money, kids. Understand that. So for the parent-child entitlement, a lot of you kids count your blessings. The sense of entitlement is usually with money when it comes to kids. Kids, you need to count your blessings as far as knowing that you have your daddy in your life, as far as knowing that you have your mama in your life, as far as knowing that you have your adoptive father, your adoptive mother, because somebody is taking the time and the effort to love you and raise you and nurture you in the way that you need to go. So all of this sense of parent-child entitlement, oh, my daddy rich, my mommy got money, or whatever the case may be, that's their money. They work hard for that money. That money is not your money. Like I said, I'm with Steve Harvey. You ain't got no money. I got the money. When you need the money, you got to come to me. So if you got to come to me, that doesn't make it your money. I'm like Steve Harvey. You know what I mean? The next sector of entitlement, family entitlement. Let's talk about it. Family entitlement. Now, we all got family members. We all got people in our family. Yo, can I get $60? Yo, can I get $100? Yo, can I get $200? Yo, can I get $1,000? Yo, can I get $300? If you got people in your family, that's always hitting your ass up for money and never pay that shit back, throw them hearts in the air. Let's get them going. Throw them hearts in the air if you got family in your family that's always hitting you up for money, and never pay it back whatsoever. Listen, I got somebody calling me. We're going to wait till he clear off first. You messing up my live, Mike. Stop calling me. You messing up my live, Mike. Stop calling me. Now, back to you. Family entitlement. We got to get this connection back up and running. Let's go. All right, we back in the building. Listen, family entitlement. Everybody got people in their family that asking for money. You got family members that want your money, but a lot of times those family members, they be having money. But they selfish. They don't want to spend their money. Maybe because they owe a debt, maybe because they owe child support, or whatever the case may be. It's a lot of people in your family that feel like because they family, they have family entitlement. Just because your cousin got a good job, just because your uncle is rich, just because your aunt got a nice Benz, does not entitle them to being your supplier, does not entitle them to being your care. You are still a grown man and still a grown woman. It is your responsibility to go out there and get that bag for yourself. It is your responsibility to make sure that you are good. It is your responsibility to make sure that your family is good. Just because your cousin has money, just because your aunt has money, just because your uncle has money, whatever the case may be, that does not give you the right to go and intrude in their lives and what they're doing to supply your every need. Family entitlement is a very big issue that people don't want to address, and we're going to address it right now. People in your family love to use that excuse. Blood is thicker than water. Blood is thicker than water. But I'll tell you something right now. Blood is thicker than water. It's very thick. But it also hurts you too. Because family can be the main ones that hurt you. A lot of times when you think it's your friends or you think it's associates, or you know what I learned in life? This is what I learned. I learned that a lot of the people that's associates in your life, or maybe even people that's your enemy in your life, you can trust your enemy more than you can trust somebody that you love. I'm going to say that again. Bring it back, rewind. You can trust your enemy quicker than you can trust somebody you love. Because, see, somebody you love, they always smiling in your face. They always reaching out with a helping hand. Y'all got to be careful of the people that's reaching out with a helping hand, because a lot of times they're not always trying to help. They trying to lend a helping hand because in reverse, they want to have something come back from you. But you got to have the spirit of discernment to know what this person is doing and what is their motive. A lot of people do not reach out to you because they want help. A lot of people reach out to you because they want you to be their support system. Blood is thicker than water. Of course, it's very, like I said, it's very thicker than water. But family hurts you the worst. How many times have you had people in your family? Let's take away friends. Let's take away enemies. How many times have you had people in your family that you helped out and they turned their back on you? How many times you helped people out in your family and then when you needed the help come back, you needed to move? And you asked that same person that hit you up for $200, yo, I'm moving, can you come help me? All of a sudden, they number changed. All of a sudden, they nowhere to be found. But when it's time for them to reciprocate off something from you, they need a, brother, sister, cousin. Now get the hell out of here with that. Get the hell out of here with that. We ain't even going there. We ain't even trying to hear that. We're living in a day and time now, people, where people are only doing what benefits them. People are not doing what benefits you. They're doing what benefits them. Family entitlement. You want to see some real serious family entitlement? Let somebody die in the family. Let's talk about it. Let somebody die in the family. I guarantee you, as sure as my name is Chi, let somebody die in the family. When somebody die in the family, that's when you see the sense of entitlement. Because, see, they ain't worried about the death. They not worried about the tears. They're not worried about mourning. They're not worried about none of that. You know what they worried about? Where that $100,000 check? Where that $60,000 check? Oh, no, mama left me the house. Oh, no, daddy left me them 3 cars. Oh, no, that $1 million policy was going to me. Let's talk about it. Listen, when people die, the sense of family entitlement is outrageous. That's where you know where people's heart is at. Let me tell you something. I lost my father. If I wasn't thinking about no money when I lost my father, I wasn't thinking about no insurance when I lost my father. I wasn't thinking about nothing but having my father back. When you got people in your family that's more concerned about having you back, that is the most beautiful, 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 sincere feeling that the whole family can have and share in abundance together. But it's sad when you got families fighting over dead people that left materialistic things. When you die, you can't take none of that stuff with you. So why are you fighting over it? Why are you fighting over $1 million when you die, you can't take it with you? Why are you fighting over what mama left this one, what daddy left this one? You don't miss your parent? So you're not shedding a tear for your parent. Your mama just died. Your daddy just died. But the only thing you care about is that $250,000 insurance check. When death come in the family entitlement goes out the window. It's no longer about what you getting over here, who's splitting what over the pot. It's no longer about that. It's about your emotions. It's about you missing your loved one. People's priorities are effed up, seriously. I never seen so many people in families, when the person died, they fighting over who gets what. Whatever happened to you mourning the person that just died? Family entitlement. I'm telling you, man, entitlement is real, people. People today have the urge and the sense and the need for entitlement. They feel they are entitled to what belongs to them. They feel they deserving of something that maybe they deserve, maybe they don't deserve, but they feel like it's mine anyway. Listen, parent-child entitlement is real. Parent-child entitlement is real. Children, all of the kids watching, you kids stop feeling like you entitled because your parents got money. Your parents got money, not your ass. Your parents got money, not your little ass. You have food in your stomach. You have clothes on your back. You have money for the movies. That's what you have. Your parents are the one that's making it rain. So you respect your parents for who they are. You value your parents for who they are. That child entitlement, that's for the birds. Get rid of it. Family entitlement, like I stated earlier, family hurts you the worst. Family hurts you the worst because you can die today and you can die tomorrow, and they mourn at the funeral. They cry at the funeral. I'm passing out all over the casket, falling all over the floor, making all this damn scenery, and then as soon as that's over, you're going to go eat some fried chicken, some macaroni and cheese, and then you're going to be in the lawyer's office or sitting at home, and you're going to be like, well, mama said I was going to get the house. Daddy said I was going to get the Cadillac. Really? Yo, family entitlement is real. Family entitlement is real. We talked about parent-child entitlement. I just touched on family entitlement. Now we're going to get to marriage versus divorce. Let's get to it. Marriage entitlement versus divorce entitlement. Marriage and dating. What is the similarity? What is the difference? You tell me. I'm going to wait for y'all to tell me. For everybody that's online right now, I want you to tell me. Marriage, dating. What is the similarity? What is the difference? Go. Nobody ain't got no answer? I see a hell load of people on here. Ain't nobody got no answer? Marriage and divorce. What is the similarity? What is the difference? Go. I'm not even going to wait for you. Y'all wasting my time. I'm on the clock. Listen, marriage and dating are similar in these ways. When you're married and when you're dating, you're typically, traditionally, supposed to be only sleeping with that one person, heart and soul dedicated to that one person, building a life with that one person. You may be living together, whatever, I don't know. But let's just take those three factors. Faithful to that one person, making love to that one person, sharing everything with that one person. That's the three things that marriage and dating have in common. What is the difference between marriage and dating? The difference between marriage and dating, one is a wife, one is not. One is a husband, one is not. You, little boyfriend, side dude, whatever, cannot have the benefits that King Dingaling get. You, Mr. Sidekick, Mr. Boyfriend, cannot get the benefits that the husband get. You, little Miss Side Chick, little Miss One Night Stand, do not get the same benefits that wife get. You, little Miss One Night Stand, do not get the same benefits that the queen get. So, as you see, there's similarities with marriage and dating because you're supposed to be faithful and connected to that one person. However, it's not played out that way. Why? Because everybody's screwing each other. Everybody's dating this one, dating this one, dating this one, dating this one. Listen, it's out of the window, man. The similarities for marriage and dating is two people supposedly being faithful to each other, making love to each other, and sharing a life with each other. The difference is one is a husband and a wife. The other one is a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or a side dude, or a side chick. You do not get the benefits that this person get. You're not the same. Marriage. Marriage has a ring. Marriage has a marriage certificate. It has paper. Marriage has a ring and paper. Dating is just a verbal commitment. They're like, oh shit, G, you really went there? Damn right I went there. Listen, marriage has a ring and paper. Dating is a verbal commitment. Okay, let's put it this. So, this is Shawnee and Chi. Marriage. All right, there we go. Marriage. There we go. This is Shawnee and Chi dating. Yeah, baby, you know, I promise to be with you forever. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, we're going to make this work. Yeah, you my ride or die. This, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Yo, listen, I ain't going nowhere. Bet your ass on that. You know what I'm saying? Put your money where your mouth is. Huh? Take it to the bank, cash it. You can withdraw it the same day. I ain't going nowhere. Ha ha! Verbal commitment. It's not guaranteed. That's a verbal commitment. Now, marriage. Yeah, baby, you know I love you. I'm not going nowhere. I love you with all of my heart. This me and you to death do us part. And even when we die, we're going to be together in the next life, holding hands, skipping around. Mike, stop calling me, bastard. You calling me? Stop calling me. You're a bastard. You're messing up my life, Mike. All right, guys, y'all excuse me. That was my homie. That was Mike calling me. Stop calling, Mike. I'm in the middle of a live, bastard. So, like, what was I saying? Yeah, back on marriage. So, yeah, marriage. With marriage, you have a bond that's, once again, supposedly, because times change And shit just ain't like that no more. In marriage, it's supposed to be a forever commitment, a forever bond. So with that ring and that piece of paper symbolizes your commitment, your unity, your oneness between you, God, and that person. When you're dating, there is no commitment between you, God, and that person. So let's cut the BS. Let's cut the BS. You see what I'm saying? Y'all know the little crap emoji that be smiling. You know, the little crap. Let's cut him out. You see what I'm saying? So, marriage has a ring and paper commitment. That's solid. Dating has a verbal commitment. That's not guaranteed. People date all the time. They break up, get back together, break up, get back together, break up, get back together. Listen, that shit is a waste of time to me. It's a waste of time. You either know what you want or you don't. You see what I'm saying? People have their days where they're grumpy. People have their days where they're not feeling good, whatever the case may be. That's relationship, people. The entitlement in marriage, if the husband dies, the wife gets everything. If the wife dies, the husband gets everything. In a relationship, if your boyfriend die, you don't get nothing. You don't get nothing. If the girlfriend die, you don't get nothing. You see the difference in entitlement? You cannot demand what you want in a relationship and when you're dating because there's no solid commitment. Marriage, lay it on the table. Lay it on the table. There's a sense of entitlement when it comes to money in marriage. Marriage, it is what it is. What's yours is mine. What's mine is yours. It is what it is. That goes without saying. When you're dating, you don't owe nobody nothing. If you buy that girl a car, it's because you wanted to. If she buy you a $5,000 chain, that's because she wanted to. When you're dating, everything is a gift. Even when you're married, it's a gift. But when you're dating, all of that stuff is a gift. The sense of entitlement when it comes to money in marriage, that's a union. That money can always be worked out. Money when you're dating, you don't owe nobody anything because there's no solid commitment. He could go his way, she could go her way. You know what I mean? It happens every single day. There's a big difference between marriage and dating when it comes to the sense of entitlement. If you're a boyfriend and a girlfriend, if you're a side dude and a side chick, you are not entitled to the same benefits as the husband or the wife. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Hate to hurt your feelings, but it is what it is. Divorce. Divorce. Let's talk about it. The sense of entitlement when it comes to divorce. Who get what? The house, the car, the estate, the dog, sometimes even the kids. And that's a real damn shame when a divorce has to go so bad to the point where the judge has to appoint who gets the kids rather than two people just working it out on their own. Listen, I tell people this all the time. There's no reason why the court system should be involved in your personal life with your baby father, baby mother, husband, wife, ex, divorcee, whatever, when you made them damn kids. That judge in that courtroom wasn't in the bedroom with you when y'all was making them, so why they got to be in the middle when y'all got them? But that goes towards people not acting civil enough and acting cordial enough to say, you know what? It hurt like hell that we didn't work, but at least let's be friends. Let's do this to work this out for the kids. Oh, nah, people don't want to do that. People don't want to do that. They don't want to work nothing. I want what I want. I deserve this. You're going to give me this. You're going to be asked out. You're going to be whatever. Divorce can get ugly. I've never been divorced. I never want to be divorced because I believe in marriage. And for the people that are divorced, they know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And for the people that found love again after divorce, shout outs to you, man. Shout outs to you. Everybody deserves love. Everybody deserves love. Material versus emotions. What matter the most? Does material matter or does emotions matter? When it comes to matters of the heart, typically emotions should matter because it can either be good, it could go good, or it could go bad. And preferably, you really wanted to go good. You see what I'm saying? You really wanted to go good. A lot of people think even when you get divorced, they still own your heart. Now, that may be true in some situations because there's people who've gotten divorced and then turn around and got remarried, which defeats the purpose. Why would you get divorced and you going to get remarried again? But, to each is his own or whatever. When you divorce somebody, that does not necessarily mean that you own their heart. Some people just really had enough of you. They just, listen, I don't want no more of you. Listen, I want this divorce. I want out. The hell with you. Screw you. Go play in the jungle. Find a balloon. Hopefully you can fly away with it. If you can't, oh well, get lost, whatever. Some people are just that fed up with people to the point where they just want out. That does not necessarily mean that person owns that other person's heart. Now, spiritual entitlement. We're going to talk about spiritual entitlement. It's not? Yeah, it's still out. All right. Spiritual entitlement. For spiritual entitlement, and this is for all of my religious people, spiritual entitlement comes in when you, as a believer, expect God to keep blessing you. You have to evaluate your life. You have to evaluate where you are with God. And you got to evaluate the status you even have with God. It's true indeed. There you go. Oh, the other way. Sorry about that, y'all. The phone fell. Don't judge us. Sorry about that, y'all. The phone fell. I'm sorry we had to drop, y'all. I'm sorry. All right, we're good. We're back in the building. Yo, we back in the building. Listen, if you're not subscribed to the channel, go to YouTube. Subscribe to the Chi Lounge. We in the building, man. Go to YouTube. Subscribe to the Chi Lounge. Like, share, subscribe for this episode right here. The sense of entitlement, man. Listen. Spiritual entitlement. A lot of people have spiritual entitlement because they feel like God is supposed to bless them. Why? Why do you feel like God is supposed to bless you? Now, it is biblical fact that God blesses the just as well as the unjust. God will bless you whether you deserve it or not. That is true. But at the same time, even God has a limit. Even God has a limit. Even God gets tired. God gets frustrated when he's not getting what he wants from you. People have spiritual entitlement because they feel like regardless of what they do, God is supposed to look out for them, have my back regardless, which he does. For the most part, he does. God has your back through thick and thin. But the question is, do you have his? The question is, do you have God's back? A lot of you guys and a lot of people, including myself, I'm even victim to it. Not victim, but I'm even guilty of it. A lot of people use God when it benefits them. Oh, God, my light's getting cut out. Oh, God, I need my rent. Oh, God, my car just cut off. Oh, God, my kid just got in a fight. Oh, God, I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. God help. A lot of you use God, and he comes through no matter what, but a lot of you use God. You use God when he benefit you because you know he can. You know he can do it. You know he will do it, and that's the only time that you call on him. You don't ever wake up in the morning and say, Lord, thank you for waking me up this morning. Father, the sunshine looking good. You are the sunshine. You shining bright today. I don't know if you got your tuxedo on. I don't know if you got your, I don't know if you went swimming for the day or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with having a sense of humor with God, especially if he's your heavenly Father. You know what I do? A lot of times when it's a nice, beautiful day outside, I look up at the sun and I say, God, you looking good today. You know that? Ha ha! You looking good, player. You looking good. You see what I'm saying? But that's my relationship with the king. You have to have your own relationship with God. How you talk to him is how you talk to him. He's your father. You should never be scared to talk to him. If you could go to him because you want money, if you could go to him because you don't want to go to jail, you should be able to go to him and say, Father, you look good today. Thank you for keeping me up. Thank you for waking me up this morning. Thank you for starting me on my day. Thank you for putting food on the table. Thank you for keeping gas in my car. Thank you for keeping me having a job. Thank you for not letting me catch COVID. Thank you for not letting me get sick. Thank you for not letting me catch a disease. When do y'all do that? When do y'all do that? It's the little things that matter. A lot of y'all have spiritual entitlement because you feel like your title hold weight. Oh, you the big bishop. You the big bishop. You the big bishop. I'm bishop. I'm bishop. I'm Bishop Holes. Yeah, you can't tell me nothing. I'm the bishop. I'm pastor. I'm Pastor Chris Cross. Yeah, yeah. I'm Prophet Angel Wing with a chicken wing. Yeah, Title don't mean nothing. It means nothing. We respect it. We respect it. We honor it. We recognize it. We applaud it. But title means nothing. The best man to ever walk this earth walked without a title, but yet they called him master. He didn't own a school, but yet they called him teacher. He didn't own a psychiatrist's office, but yet they called him counselor. And that was Jesus Christ. Jesus walked this earth. He didn't have a sense of entitlement. God himself walked in the flesh on this earth and did not have a sense of entitlement. He was humble. He fed the people. He didn't shun himself away from the people. He went out there where the people was. A lot of y'all in leadership and in position, y'all so scared to get amongst the people because you want to hide behind your four walls. If you're not getting a Mercedes or a BM 750 Li picking you up, you ain't riding in it. Entitlement. If the church not giving you $2,000 for you to go feed the sheep, you're not preaching there. Entitlement. But yet, God himself walked this world, walked this earth in the flesh, and spread his own gospel for free to everybody. So that's what I'm saying. Money has become the substitute for everything else. Money has become. Now, get something here. There's nothing wrong with money. There's nothing wrong with money. It's the love of money. The love of money brings on a sense of entitlement. You love money so much you just gotta have it. You love money so much you'll screw over any and everybody to get it. It's the love of money that brings on a sense of entitlement. You have people with spiritual entitlement that's jealous of gifts. You have people with spiritual entitlements that's jealous of gifts. Oh, this one played the organ better. I'm jealous. I should be playing like that. Oh, this one sing. The way she sing, I should be singing like that. The way he dressed, I should be dressing like that. That's being a hater, dog. That's straight haterism. Who's that hater? Who's that hater? You're a hater. Instead of hating, just be you. You're not going to be like this one. You're not going to be like this one. The only person you can be is you. Oh, he got baby hair. He got baby hair with his shades. He think he all that. Why? You want to be baby hair with shades? Be you. There's only one you. And everybody can't be you. The same way you looking at this person and being jealous and envious of them because it's something about them that you like and that you want. It's the same way somebody looking at you being jealous and envious of you because it's something about you that they want. Facts. Spiritual entitlement. Don't ever be too heavily minded that you're no earthly good. Don't ever feel that your title, because you the bishop, pastor, prophet, whatever, the imam, don't ever feel like your title is bigger than the people. The people gave you your title. The people are what put you in the position that you're in. God places you in position. Yes, of course. He places you in position. But at the same time, he entrusts his people into your hands. Don't ever feel like you're bigger than the people. Don't ever feel like you're bigger than the people. Because when you start to feel like you're bigger than the people, guess what? The people going to feel bigger than you. Your salary you get, bishop, pastor, comes from the people. Your offering that you get comes from the people. And it don't even got to be bishops and pastors. It can be you with a spiritual entitlement that God just got to bless you on everything you do. Let me tell you something. God blesses, but at the same time, he tests. He blesses, but he tests. And you got to take the good with the bad. You got to take both. It's not a one-sided thing. Sorry to tell you. Race and ethnic entitlement. I don't know what's going on with this, but Satan is being a real bastard trying to interfere with this connection. But he's a bastard, a big bastard. Y'all like my background? Y'all check out my background. Y'all see my background? That's my background. So listen. Race and ethnic entitlement. What is racism? What is racism? Racism still exists. It shouldn't, but it do. Racism, race and ethnic entitlement. Racism, discrimination, antagonizing an individual, community, or institution against a person, people, based on their race, ethnic group, or minority. What is racism? Racism is a system. It's a system of policies that were projected from humans in both ancient and medieval times, practicing cultural differences. Someone believed that they were superior to somebody else. And because they were superior to somebody else, the person they were superior to was inferior. Superiority, inferiority. Where did racism come from? Entitlement. Europeans came in contact with darker people in Africa, Asia, and America, both in the Middle Ages, Renaissance, and Reformation eras. Slave owners used to use the book of Genesis to justify their reasons for owning slaves. And they like to use the passage of Noah's son sinning against him when his black descendants were deemed to be servants of servants. In the 17th century, North America passed a law forbidding marriage between blacks and whites. discriminating against offspring. 19th century came the emancipation, nationalism, and imperialism. Civil rights movement, it came not to rectify blacks enslaved, but to check this out. Because we were taught history, but it's not really history. We were taught his story. It was somebody else's story. It wasn't ours. Civil rights movement came not to rectify blacks enslaved, but to compete the United States with the Soviet Union for hearts and minds of minorities. Dr. King fought for the equalities of all men. The government fought for the hearts and minds of control. The North, which was the Republic, went against the South, which was unionized confederately, to free the slaves of the South. And I'll tell you something. A lot of people, when it comes to knowing what you are in politics, you got people who say they're Republican. You got people who say they're Democrat. You got people who say they're liberals. You got people who say they're conservatives. It's all the same. But one tries to control people over the other. If you look at if you look at the Star Spangled Banner, matter of fact, you look at the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic. They just try to reconnect me. And to the republic for which it stands. Let's take that meaning right there. To the republic. Who's the republic? The people. The republic is the people. To the republic for which it stands. The people, the Constitution was made and designed and stands for the people. To the republic for which it stands. One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So technically, the republic is for the people. Republicans have good sides, they have dark sides. Democrats have good sides, have dark sides. I personally feel Democrats like to control your life. They spend money. They'll give you the money, but they want to control you. They want to control you. With me, it's not a matter of color. It's not a matter of who's my favorite. It's a matter of who's going to get the job done, whose policies make sense, and who's going to make change. The 10 root causes of racism is, number one, greed and self-interest, which is part of what? Entitlement. Greed and self-interest. Investors enslaving slaves to build capital industries in America. Scientific racism. German scientist Johann Friedrich Blumenbach classified Caucasians smarter than all other minorities because so-called their heads were bigger. This is the ignorance. This is the ignorance that the forefathers of the Constitution of science proposed on our people to make us think was reality. Caucasians were smarter because their heads were bigger. That doesn't make sense. I have a big head. But their classifications were from Caucasian to mulatto to light skin to fair to dark. Discriminating policies is a form of entitlement. Preventing minorities from owning neighborhoods, owning businesses. Representation in the media. Blacks were only supposed to be criminals. Police abuse victims. Sense of entitlement. Keeping the peace. Blacks were more dangerous and violent. Now let me say something about that. Can black people turn it up? Yes, we can. Black people can turn it up like nobody's business. You mess with one of our own, black people will turn it up like nobody's business. But don't sleep on Caucasians neither. Don't sleep on Mexicans. Don't sleep on the Chinese. Don't sleep on Puerto Ricans. Don't sleep on no ethnicity. Everybody can turn it up. See, black people, when we turn up from pain. But we're not the ones out there going in elementary schools shooting up schools. We're not the ones out there blowing up neighborhoods and all of this crazy stuff. That's not us. So, to have to keep the peace mind frame of a root cause of racism, of being blindsided that you say you're for all people, but really on the inside you feel something totally different. Never sleep on no one. It's not just blacks. Another root cause of racism is the good people racism. People who don't challenge racism. They're wimps. They don't challenge racism. They let it be. It's not, to me, it's not wrong. To me, it's wrong, but I'm not going to say nothing because I don't want nobody to beat me up or say anything to me. You're a coward. Speak up. Say your mind. Failing to recognize racism. You're colorblind. All lives matter. Black lives matter. It's all a bunch of bullshit. In which we all know, which everything has a way of uncovering itself. Sense of entitlement. They come up with all these face masks. They come up with all of this stuff to distract you, to get you to contribute to their cause. To get you to, cause. Bank accounts. To get you to contribute to their bank accounts is a way of distraction for their entitlement. Community ties. Isolation of communities. I see so many communities where it's just Indians over here. It's just blacks over here. It's just Puerto Ricans over here. It's just Jamaicans over here. It's just this over here. Why are so many communities divided off of ethnicity and minority? Sense of entitlement. Scapegoating, playing the race card. Oh, shit, they didn't hire me because I'm black. I didn't get hired because I'm white. I didn't get hired because I'm short. I didn't get hired because I'm fat. I didn't get hired because I'm a meatball. Scapegoating. You didn't get hired because you don't have the credentials. You didn't get hired because you were stuttering in your interview. You didn't get hired because you didn't know what you were talking about. You didn't get hired because you tested positive for weed in your system. You didn't get hired because you lied on your resume. Scapegoating is a way of racism as well, because you're discriminating against the possibility of why you didn't get what you got. I'm going to leave y'all with this. And some of y'all might feel some type of way. That's cool. You're entitled to your opinion. This whole system of being African American, I am not African American. Why do I say that? I say that because I was not born in Africa. even though Africa is the motherland. I wasn't born in Africa. My little brown chocolate ass was born right here in America. So what does that make me? American. But yet they stigmatize us off of being Black America, white America, African American, other. Why can't just be American? I'm American. I was born in America. I went to school in America. I lost my virginity in America. I work in America. I travel on vacation in America. I'm American. You can be whatever you want to be. If you feel you're Indian, be Indian. I know a lot of y'all girls are like, a lot of y'all, oh, I got Indian in me. I got Cherokee in me. I got Irish in me. Where? Where? Just tell me where. Where? Be proud of who you are. Never let nobody depict to you or dictate to you who you are. Who you are is who you are. God made you wonderfully in who you are. Don't never let nobody tell you who you are, and what you are not. Because that's not true. But listen, man, it's been real. This is Chi Lounge, Chi Podcast. Like I said, man, if you're not subscribed to the channel, take your ass over to YouTube, like, share, subscribe, the Chi Lounge. I'm up here. We're going to be back next week. Listen, we got a hell of a show for y'all next week. Tune in every Thursday. It's going down. We got a hell of a show for you next week. Next week, we're going to be giving out money, man. You know what it is. If you're not subscribed, take your ass to YouTube, subscribe, like, share the video. To all my subscribers, I love y'all, man. Like I said, when I go up, you go up. And